Hello, Brian the Fanboy here, and today I'm gonna talk about Jason Voorhees. Now, I first found out about Jason when I saw this poster for the movie Freddy vs. Jason. It was at this theater that me and my family used to go to back in Massachusetts. Now, even though it's one of my first time seeing an image of the character, the idea of a monster or killer wearing a hockey mask was something I have seen before. In fact, one of my earliest memories of such a concept was from an episode of The Simpsons. And there was episode in that episode, Homer went into this room where Bart was sleeping in, and he had a chainsaw and a hockey mask. I think you can see that scene on YouTube, and it's also it showed up in Disney Plus as well. And not only that, before the night before Christmas, I thought the boogeyman was some guy in a hockey mask. But that idea for me changed once I started watching Oogie Boogie. Now, oh yes, another example of a hockey mask killer was from this Study Toons How I Spend My Summer Vacation, where there was this maniac who was putting on a hockey mask and was trying to get a chainsaw. Now, the first movie I ever saw with Jason Voorhees was Freddy vs. Jason. Yes, and I didn't see it in theaters, but we did rent it on DVD from Blockbuster, and I saw it with my father and sister, and of course, yeah, it was really gruesome, and not only that, but there were some things I had to cover my sister's eyes because she was so little. Not because it was scary, but not scary stuff, but something else which I'm not gonna mention because my channel's for all ages. Now, years later, I did see. I got a chance to watch every Friday the 13th movie on DVD, and also during my time watching, I learned a lot about Jason for his origins. Now, the first movie, well, Jason was in it, but not as much. I mean, most of his experience in the first movie was just flashbacks with him as a little boy, and he appeared out of the water, and that didn't went to another scene after that. Now, what I learned about Jason Voorhees it was that there was this story where I think it was 1957 or whatever, but you see a male and a female camp counselor who I assume were teenagers. Well, they were doing things what a teenage boy and a teenage girl like to do with each other. I'm sorry, come here. Yeah, and even though they were supposed to be watching out, I mean, keeping an eye on the kids, and because of the neglect, it is said that Jason drowned, and his mother, Pamela Voorhees, was so upset that he became a serial killer and killed every grown person in the camp. And because it had to be closed for some time, and then once it reopened, the new teenagers were getting killed, and then it was Pamela who uh, killed them as well. But she ended up dead in the end of the first movie. And then in the second movie, Jason was the main killer, and he was wearing a some kind of bag of his head. And let's see. Yes, and turns out that he built some kind of altar to the decapitated head of his mother. And then by the third movie, well, I think it was close to the middle, like Jason. That's when he started wearing his hockey mask. And the image and that something has been around for the Friday the 13th franchise ever since. And of course, he died in four, but then in part five, no chapter, well, there was some killings going on, but it wasn't Jason. It was, a copycat killer who was the father of one of the patients, the institution that was killed by another. And then part seven, well, because of lightning bolts, Jason Voorhees came back to life, but this time as a zombie. And ever since then, Jason has been a supernatural figure ever since. And of course, I've seen part seven and eight, as well as Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. And then eventually, I started rewatching those series online, along with a bunch of other slasher movies I was watching online as well. But I made a list with the order of which movie came before which. Of not in series continuity or whatever, but yes. And of course, I saw the remake. Oh, and not like that, I think it was in part six. Well, in the end credits, there was a song called "He's Back, the Man Behind the Mask" by Alice Cooper, and I even seen the music video of it. And then, it's a good song. I mean, it's heavy metal. And see what else? Oh yes, I've seen parodies of Jason on Robert Shagan. Like he was one of the slashers in the Big Brother parody, and of course there was also a parody. Well, Jason he was the killer in yeah, he went after the Scooby Gang. Scooby Doo and his friends. So they only they took off the mask and well, Velma because the rest got killed by the Jason impersonator. It's really funny, but oh, sorry, Uh, yeah. So yes, yes, yeah, it was funny. Of course, it's adult humor, so I don't recommend kids to watch it. So they have to wait till they're older to watch, a cartoon like that. Oh yeah, and I also have seen fan films. Oh, and also I've seen cosplayers as well. And yeah, Jason is a scary villain, and the thing. Oh yes, yeah. And there's a lot of like comic books of the character, and so on. And I don't think there's much I can say about Jason Voorhees, because well, I only found out on him when I was a teenager. But still, he is a scary character, and you can whatever sites you're paying to watch movies or TV shows, you can check out if they have any of the Friday the 13th movies. And well, I think that's all I can say about Jason Voorhees in this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.